Today we are creating Pep Guardiola's 3-2-4-1 for the 23-24 season, and yes, Erling Haaland is about to score 111 goals in one season. We are going to start things then in the Champions League final, and my god did we do absolutely fantastic, battering PSG 4-1, and I have mentioned Erling Haaland was a little bit good in this formation. He scored a hat-trick in today's game, and you're going to see that in the highlights now. First of all, a corner, front post, Haaland with the ball, Stones, bobbing forward down the right-hand side, finds De Bruyne, finds Alvarez, who finds Haaland in the box, in space, and you can see in every single highlight, we have got so many men in the box. A good goal there from Bernardo Silva, who I did end up moving to PSG. This is the goal that I want to show you guys. Cancelo finding Haaland, a goal across. I think it's actually the next goal that I want to show you guys. Cancelo on the ball to Phillips, to De Bruyne. And there was a little section there, right? So Phillips, De Bruyne and Cancelo link it up, and you can see them in this triangle. And you've got the three men at the back stick, Foden, Grealish and Haaland, all in the box, ready for that cutback. Again, if I just drag this back a little bit, you can see De Bruyne had three options, and Rodrigo, because he is a ball midfielder on support, he is going to step up, and he's an option on the DM spot here, and he blasts it into the back of the net for 4-1, and a fantastic performance in the Champions League final. Obviously, it's not the only trophy we'd won, because it's Manchester City, and we built a ridiculous formation. So, the 3-2-4-1 has also won an FA Cup final, a 4-1 victory against Everton, where De Bruyne, Diaz, Haaland and Foden all ended up getting on the score sheet, and this Everton team is decent. Eddie Nketiah and Dominic Calvert-Lewin up front. First goal is actually for them as well, and it's that man, Eddie Nketiah, dinking Ederson to make it 1-0. When they're going to come back with a vengeance. It's Grealish on the left-hand side, finding Foden. Backstick ball to Cancelo, who finds De Bruyne at the near post to make it 1-1. De Bruyne with a free kick, whipped into Ruben Diaz at the backstick for a header to make it 2-1. Phillips and Kovacic linking up the play at the back to find Cancelo. Ball in, Haaland, 3-1, and the fourth goal is going to come. Akanji on the ball, finds Ake in DM. Ake ball through the cutting lines to João Cancelo. And the back post run of Phil Foden. And again, you've got Kovacic, Gomez, Alvarez, Foden all in the box waiting. The two DMs, Ake and Rodri, were on the edge of the box. So we really are an aggressive front-footed side, and this formation really is built for the best of teams. So if you are a top side, this formation will be great for you. If you are not a top side, do not expect to plug this formation in and absolutely dominate. You can see Haaland as well, 16 goals in the FA Cup alone, an 8.95 average rating. And of course, we also managed to get 100 points in the Premier League as well. A 118 goal difference, 32 wins, 4 draws and 2 losses. We've done the Centurions, and yes, Haaland scored 77 goals in this formation, an 8.63 average rating. Jack Grealish with 23 assists, Kevin De Bruyne with 22, a 7.6 average rating for De Bruyne, a 7.41 for Phil Foden as well, and 22 player of the matches for Erling Haaland. What a season. 148 goals scored, 30 goals conceded. So not only are we very front-footed, very aggressive, scoring lots and lots of goals, we also only conceded 30 all season. 58% possession, also the most possession. We had the second fewest shots against on 3-5-3, the most shots for on 9-5-1, and the most important one, the most points per game on 2.63. And the data hub is absolutely disgusting. 3.89 goals per game, 0.79 conceded per game. We were very, very good this season. I think you'll agree. And I think one man, just I have to show you, an average rate of 8.56. Erling Haaland, 111 goals and 13 assists. An XG of 84. So it's not even like he completely battered a 40 XG. We actually created enough chance of the strikers to have an 84 XG, which is incredibly impressive. Looking through the rest of the team, 8 goals, 28 assists for Jack Grealish, 21 goals and 33 assists for De Bruyne, 15 and 21 for Phil Foden, 4 and 14 for Rodri. We had 15 goals, 21 assists for Julian Alvarez, 8 goals, 11 assists for Cole Palmer, 8 goals, 21 assists for Sergio Gomez as well, who played in that left wing role for Grealish on rotation. And the formation is looking like this. It's a 3-2-4-1 system. We're starting off with a sweeper keeper on support in goal with no further instructions. The two ball playing defenders, left and right, have dribble more and stay wider on them. And the middle defender has just a ball playing defender, no further instructions. I changed the DM roles very slightly from my last one to be a little bit more defensive, with a ball midfielder on support rather than a dual volante. No further instructions on Rodri and no further instructions Actually, no, the tackle harder on the Volante on the right-hand side, just to add on that little bit of aggression in midfield. The inside forward on attack on the right-hand side of cross aim centre, roam from position, stay wider and tackle harder. With an inverted winger on attack on the left-hand side with cross aim centre, stay wider and tackle harder. And an attacking midfield on support in the left centre mid role with roam from position, tackle harder. And an advanced playmaker on the right tackle mid role with more direct passes, roam from position, move into channels and tackle harder, with the complete forward on attack up front with tackle harder. There was a few changes from this to our last one. I believe we had an attack midfield on attack here for Gundogan and a winger on support for Grealish. So that little change from taking Gundogan's on Russian runs out and making Grealish more of an indirect, well, more of a direct box threat is the sort of goal there with Grealish. I think that's going to happen next year as well. We could see an absolute breakout season for Grealish next season. Set to a positive mentality, play out defence, underlap left and right, pass into space, but keep the attack and width extremely wide. Now that is because it is a very narrow formation. You've only got the two wingers who are both inverted, so they're going to start out wide and make them runs into the box. Low crosses, passing directness is shorter, a slightly higher tempo and be more expressive. In transition, take short kicks, counter press and counter and distribute quickly. And out of possession, it's a high press system and pressing much more often. Again, I take off, step up more on defensive line because I just think City are going to just drop that little bit deeper because we're going to have two very aggressive midfielders. That back three is very quick as well with Guardiola, Port, Diaz, Ake, Akanji, lots of pace, so they can work with it as it is. So you don't need to keep that instruction on. You won't concede quite as many goals. Set pieces wise, corners as well. I have got the standard attacking set pieces on. You saw a headed goal from Haaland, and he obviously scored a lot of headers as well because he's an absolute mountain. Of course, we've not only tested with Manchester City, we've tested with Bayern Munich and Barcelona as well. I just want to say a massive thank you quickly to the Patreons on screen. You guys are absolute legends. This tactic file is available directly for you to download in the Patreon. For everyone else, this tactic file is available on the Sort It Out SI website. That link is down in the description. Now, Bayern Munich, a very, very strong side. It looks like they're going to pull in Harry Kane as well. And of course, he works an absolute treat as the complete forward on attack. 30 XG for him, 38 goals. Fantastic player in Harry Kane. We won the Bundesliga, we won the German Super Cup, runners-up in the DFB Pokal with a 3-0 loss to Leipzig. A little bit frustrating. And quarter-final in the Real Madrid Champions League, which again, a little bit frustrating, but this formation is specifically built for sort of Pep style of play. I would tweak it very slightly if I was you managing it, but if you're going to build a team like Pep, it works fantastic. And 38 goals for Kane, 10 for Mane, 15 for Musiala, 17 for Müller, 10 goals for Davies, 13 for Sane, 11 for Choupo-Moting. Goals from all over the place. The data hub as well, fantastic. 2.56 goals per game, 0.94 conceded. And I mean, a decent run in the league as well. 24 wins, 6 draws and 4 losses. Not quite hitting the Centurion heights of Manchester City, but certainly a very, very good season. And with Barcelona, again, very, very impressive. Real Madrid were a nemesis in this one. They managed to go on and get to the final and lose to Chelsea, but we got knocked out in the semi-final of the Champions League by then. The Cups, for some reason, hasn't loaded, but we won the Spanish Cup, we won the Spanish Super Cup, and we got 97 points, nearly hitting the Centurion here with Barcelona. 31 wins, 4 draws and 3 losses, an 88 goal difference. And again, very similar to Manchester City, we dominated on goals scored. We conceded just 33 goals, so just 13 more than Real Madrid. We had the most shots. We were 4th on possession with 58% again, so very decent. And data hub wise, even more impressive. 3.18 goals per game, conceding just 0.87. And the goals, again, 60 for Lewandowski, 21 for Fati, 19 for Pedri, 19 for Rafinha, who also got 35 assists, which is outrageous. 18 goals, 15 assists for Ferran Torres, 13 and 16 for Gavi. And again, goals and assists come from pretty much everywhere. And a fantastic tactic test of Barcelona as well. If you guys can, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I hope you have enjoyed this little tactic test of Pep's brand new 3-2-4-1 for the 23-24 season. Coming ready to the rebuilds we're doing on the channel. There is a Manchester City rebuild coming along in just a few days' time, but the video down there is going to be the Inter Milan rebuild from a few days ago. So why not carry on watching and give that a good old watch.